Back around the house. I'm sure our mother and our father remember that quite well.
Quite well.
I'm sure you even remember hitting yourself quite often to make it sound like I was beating you up, just so I could get in trouble on that afternoon or that evening. So I would have my Nintendo or my PlayStation or whatever it was at the time taken away. But buddy, you've grown up so much, and I'm really proud of you. Really proud to see that. But another interesting moment in your life was, I think everyone knows I'm a Texas grad. I'm a Texas grad. We have a lot of Aggies in the room here. There we go. My sister is also a graduate of the University of Texas, but my brother got away from the family. I hate to say that, but it's actually, buddy, one of the best decisions you made in your life, besides today. Because that led you to a beautiful bride. It led you to all your great friends and people that we see in the audience today, and everyone we've gotten to know well over the last couple of years. So, buddy, great choice. Your beautiful bride going to A&M. And moving on along, the only piece of advice I'm going to give you tonight is related to a quote I once heard just a few months ago. And that quote is, "The greatest love story ever told is your own." And I encourage you, as you blaze the path like you did to A&M, to make your love story tonight and into the future days the love story of your life. So, buddy, I'm extremely proud to call you my brother, Laura. Welcome to the family. I'm happy to call you my new sister-in-law. So, buddy, Laura, thank you. You guys are making a great night tonight. So let's all raise a glass to Doug and Laura. Congratulations.
Well, where do I start? I've known Laura for 18 years now. It's hard to believe, but she's been my dearest friend. She's another sister to me. I don't know what I would do without her in my life. And, sorry. Doug, when you came into her life, it was a side of Laura I'd never seen before. And it made me so happy to see her that way. And all I can say is I'm just so happy for you too, and I wish you the best. That's all I can say.
Clear your schedules, this is going to take a little bit. I've been waiting to get a hold of this mic for like all day today. First thing I want to say is this wedding has been fantastic. I really want to thank the families, both Laura's family and Doug's family, for putting this on. The rehearsal dinner last night was great, and all day today has been just really fun for us, especially since we don't get to see each other that much. Everybody lives kind of all over the country these days, so you know, a round of applause for the family and bride and groom. I also, those last two speeches were great because they were very sentimental and got that out of the way because I'm not going to do that. So, my name's John Toohey. I've known Doug for a while. We met early on in college, working together. We were both paramedics. We used to ride the ambulance together and got to know each other really well, and it's just kind of developed into a very dysfunctional friendship ever since then. So we've known each other a long time, and if you know me and you know Doug, we have a very weird love-hate relationship, but it's very strong. So I'm going to talk about Doug for a little bit, because I obviously know him the best. I know that Doug's been up kind of working the crowd with his beautiful new bride today, and so I wanted to have a little lesson with you guys, a little instructional lesson on how to speak Doug Chung. It is English, but if you haven't known him for a long time, you may be a little bit what is he trying to say? I don't really know. So I got 3 phrases we're going to learn that are Doug Chung isms, that might be important if he comes to socialize with you tonight. You may need to know these things. So number one is come on, or hey, come on. So the first thing you need to know about this phrase is that you're not really going anywhere with Doug. You may think you are, it's not a directional term. So what this means is that this is a general form of greeting for Doug. When we call each other on the phone, we don't say hello. You know, I usually call Doug in Chicago, and he answers the phone, hey, come on. So really what that means is, well, hi, John, how have you been? Things are good here. In which case, your appropriate response would be, come on. Just say that. And so once you get that out of the way, you're all caught up with Doug. You don't really need to say anything else. You can continue your conversation. The second thing that's probably important for you to know is the term seriously. Seriously. And you can say it in very different tones and inflections, which sometimes mean a little different things. But it's usually it usually refers to his displeasure and what's going on. And for example, I have a little story. So Doug was like I said, we were paramedics in college, and Doug used to work on the north side of Houston in college on the ambulance. And so he would have to leave for work about 4 o'clock in the morning to get down there for work. And he would work for 24 hours straight and come home, which he hated. And so one morning he wakes up at 4 in the morning and gets in his car and leaves for work. And he's driving down Highway 6, it's dark out, it's early, and I know this for a fact, he told me, he liked to listen to Colby Calais on the radio. Because he said it soothed him before he had to go ride an ambulance for 24 hours. I don't remember the song, I think the song was, but if you just realize what you're down. So then I immediately stepped in and intervened. I said, you need to realize that you're going to work. And this is not a stress-free time anymore. And then he didn't like Colby Kelly anymore. Anyway, so one morning he's going to work. It's 4 in the morning, it's dark. And he comes over a hill and it's dark. And apparently there's a herd of horse in the freeway, which he gets in an accident, totals his car, and kills a horse.
Killed Mr. Ed.
He did kill Mr. Ed. And of course he calls us that morning, and I think he called me earlier that morning, and he said, hey, I've been in an accident. I hit a horse on Highway 6 going to work. And of course everybody's response is, oh my God, is the horse okay? And of course he's like, are you serious? Seriously? I'm fine. Thanks a lot. Seriously? He's like, no, Mr. Ed did not make it, but seriously, I'm okay, thanks. So that takes care of the serious comment. He uses that word quite a bit. And then the last word that you should probably know is he'll say, I can't. I can't. Which literally just, he physically can. He says that a lot, but I can't means he's exhausted. He can't take it anymore. He really doesn't like what you said. And he's just done listening to you. So sometimes he'll say, I can't, and he'll walk away. So when Doug asked me to give this toast tonight, which by the way he told me maybe 5 days ago. By the way, you're giving a toast by, and he hangs up on me. I thought of all the things I could say because really I have tons of Doug Chunk stories. And if you want language lesson 2 on Doug, it's the after party later. Don't bring your kids. But there's a second lesson. But anyway, so on a serious note, Doug's one of my best friends. He'll always be one of my best friends. We have a really weird relationship, but it works. And I care a lot about him. And when Laura came into his life a couple of years ago, I got to say that, for as disgruntled as Doug can be, he really happied him up a little bit, which is great. But they've been through a lot, They did this whole thing long distance, from Houston to Chicago, which is a pretty big thing. And they got through it, and it's really exciting. It was exciting for me to see the progress along the way and to see the happy ending. So I love you guys both. Thanks a lot. Raise your glass. Salute.